the music examination. The hosts of the show are Zag, Ness, and Curtis, who will be discussing, debating, and dissecting classic rock and roll. Let the show begin.
Okay. Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going.
Really?
It's going
awesome.
again.
Awesome. Totally awesome.
I'm well rested.
You're well rested now?
Okay.
Yep.
Zach, Ness, are you well rested too?
Should we leave our name tags? Are you losing the plot here?
You all right?
Yeah, I think he's having a stroke.
A minor one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What are we doing today? What are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Why are we talking about it?
We are talking
How
about
long are we going to talk about it?
bands
Okay.
that we have overlooked or missed and that. So does that sound good?
Yeah, and then what we rediscovered them later on down the line there or
Yeah.
something? Or just, okay. Yeah.
Why
Learn
also
to like them.
learn to like them again?
Or tolerate them, yeah.
Tolerate.
Okay.
You know, when they changed or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
maybe they were okay. I see. You got a band that you've overlooked before?
Yeah. And I may have briefly mentioned this in previous podcast. Pink Floyd. I mean, I just, when it first came out, I just kind of like, we
Yeah.
were 15, 16 years old and stuff. We were like
When Dark Side of the Moon came out?
we were into like Nugent, Aerosmith,
Yeah.
yes, stuff, Van Halen and stuff that was like, we're full of testosterone. We're ready to go out and punch somebody or just,
Yeah.
Pink Floyd wasn't that.
Is your
Pink
new
Floyd was just kind of like you sat there and you
burned
just
one?
smoked a lot
Yeah,
of dope
and
and
just
you
kinda-
just
Well, I was going to
Yeah.
ask, is it since the legalization of the marijuana that you've learned to like them? Or?
no,
No,
that's,
you-
but I should, I'd probably have a gummy and play that album and stuff. But I just started realizing the depth and texture, especially David Gilmour's guitar playing.
Yeah.
And the Wish You Were Here, that's basically probably a really great blues album.
Yep.
But as far as like, I can't say I'm a fan of the whole catalog. Like, I'm not, the one with the pigs are flying. The animals.
Animals, yeah.
Animals, that
That's
loses me.
only like three songs.
Yeah, and it loses me, and like all the earlier stuff. But there's that little span there, between Dark Side of the Moon and
Wish You Were Here.
Here. The
Well,
Wall was a little bit commercial. I don't think even
Yeah.
I think Pink Floyd fans would say that'd be a little bit, less expanding than.
Well, I don't know. Joe's in the Pink Floyd. He likes
Yeah.
The Wall. I know that. I know because I know it was what? Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals, and then The Wall. I know
Is that
that.
how it worked? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's in that little
No,
spec.
I got a greater respect from later on. Like even like Comfortably Numb, like we hear a lot of it. So it's a great guitar
Yeah.
solo.
Uh-huh.
And even like Learn to Fly. I just didn't realize it because, like I said, I wasn't really paying that much attention to it because it wasn't music we were cranking up by your. You really have a hard time putting time on and cranking it up with your power booster to just going. Like, okay, it doesn't have like White Snake type impact.
I find myself a little more tolerable. I can't say I'm like a Pink Floyd fanatic.
Oh no, I'm not going nuts.
But I am
about
more
it. Yeah.
tolerable to listening to it, like you said, to some not the early weird stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
But before I used to shut it off. I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always Dark Side of the Moon's a classic album. I mean, everybody. But that was more of a when I wanted to lay down and put headphones on.
It's an album.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't turn it on. I wouldn't play that to like do yard work.
Right.
But now I don't turn it off.
Or barbecue.
Before in the car, I would just turn it off and go to
Yeah.
another song.
No, you got to have be in
I'm a
mood
little
for
more
that.
tolerable now and appreciative of it than I used to be.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to run out and buy the catalog.
No,
like you
see,
said.
well, I ended up going. I bought the Dark Side of the Moon. I was probably the last guy to buy Dark Side of the Moon. Everybody
really?
got that.
Did you, which version? The quadrophonic? The
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I remember the
hyper
quadrophonic.
quadrophonic.
It was-
I mean,
it
that
was-
thing's been redone so many times now.
I
Yeah.
think it was just the basic.
They got to be
CD.
out of. They got to be out of. They can't do it again.
No, they're done.
What are they gonna do next?
They're done.
Jeez, oh,
Remastered it and
It's been
remastered
triple
and put a live-
remastered.
remaster it and put a live disc with it or something
Yeah.
like that.
God,
But
Blu-ray,
yeah,
Green Ray.
Well, there was that one.
Johnny Ray.
There was that one. It only
Billy
lasted.
Ray. Billy Ray Valentine.
There was that one version. It was like a CD, super disc CD or something. It was a version where it was a CD, but the things only that the type of thing only lasted a couple of years.
Oh, is this the one where when you put it on the turntable, it actually had some kind of lasers pointing
Yes.
out of it? It was like a laser disc instead of a needle.
Yeah.
It was a laser. Yeah, that was a thing for about
Laser.
5 minutes
Right,
back
yeah,
in the day.
that was-
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure it was cost prohibitive, but I do remember, it was kind of like the turntable. The stylus wasn't the stylus. It was actually like a laser, and it
Yeah.
played this. And I think that the album was called like White or Clear or something.
Yeah, something
yeah,
like that,
yeah, I do
yeah.
remember that.
I remember this. I was like, that probably was a version or something like that that
Wow.
they put it out on.
Okay.
But no, Pink Floyd. I've listened to The Wall, and it's one that one is. It's an interesting one, interesting type scenario of getting into it, and that's where, actually a lot of the stuff after that is pretty good, like the song "Learning to Fly," we had
That's a Tom Petty song, isn't it?
no, there's
There's a Learning to
Learning to
Fly.
Fly.
No, it's-
Learning to fly, hang out wings.
Hey, you got to stop because if you say any more and stuff, the town's going to sue us.
But no, yeah, it goes because I know reading an interview with David Gilmour, he really was Rick
Right.
Wright, the keyboard player.
Yeah.
He said he really in the 80s is when Rick really started to throw his expertise in and stuff of writing material and stuff like that. So, but I do like a lot of the 80s stuff.
Those guys are really blowing it as far as banking some money. If they could get their crap together and just do
yeah.
a tour, oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
They would be
Just sounds like those guys are just-
oh my God, they hate each
Although,
other.
you know what,
One's a
though?
racist,
We
the
said
other
that
one's,
about-
they're not.
We said that about the police. That would never happen.
Yeah, but I think the hate's a lot deeper
Yeah.
in Pink Floyd between Waters and Gilmour. I just think they despise each other.
Well, I know they did the one. What was it? That big fundraising thing. I don't know if it was like the AIDS benefit or something
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
And basically, I guess I was listening to an interview with David. He's like, yeah, he said, Roger came over. We talked about doing it, and we weren't sure. And Roger left, and he's like, looked over at my wife, and she goes, just give him a call. You're going to do it anyways. Don't mess around. Just call him back and tell him you're going to do it. And he said, yeah, I'll do that.
But since then, stuff.
But other than that,
although
they can't.
Oasis has been on tour again, so you never know. I mean, I never thought those guys would do it too because they hate each other. They're brothers and they hate each other.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
hey, money talks. You never know.
Right.
But
Yep.
last time I heard it, they just it was bad.
I think David Gilmour's found a nice little niche for himself.
Oh, yeah.
He puts
Well,
out albums that are really, really good. They don't
Yep.
get a lot of airplay, but I mean, if you dig them out, actually, if you just type in YouTube David Gilmour, they'll
Yeah.
play some of his
Yeah.
new stuff on there.
Well, he's
And
got
still
a
pretty good.
follow. He's still got a follow.
Yeah,
he's
he
got
does.
that following where he
Yeah.
can go out and tour and he'll get the audience and he could do a full tour of the globe
Oh, yeah.
and
Right.
still, because there's. It seems like every time I see a live album, it's from like Sweden or something like that.
You think he's a
so
Fillmore or a Fox guy?
Oh, I think he'd do.
Fox?
Even Gilmour wouldn't play. Wouldn't you don't think he could fill Little Caesars?
Oh yeah, I think he could probably
Oh.
come out. Oh yeah, he could do that.
Pink Floyd fans, they'd
Oh,
go
yeah.
see him.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
he did-
I think he'd do a Little Caesars.
Yeah, he could probably do something like Little Caesars, like a Pine Knob type scenario.
Huh.
Yeah, I think he'll be.
But I mean, the real hardcore Pink Floyd fans would be going for
But
the
depends
Silverdome,
on
looking for
maybe
the
it depends
Silverdome.
on
Where the hell's the
it
Silverdome?
depends on what he's going to play. If he's going to play all his own stuff,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Right, but if
he's
he-
gonna-
if
if he
he's-
says I'm doing Pink Floyd,
He'll.
I think,
Well,
I think the Floyd
Roger
people-
Waters played here a couple times, but I don't think he never got any bigger than Pine Knob. I remember he did a couple of Pine Knob.
He did Little Caesars.
Did he?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
I think he went toured. He did Little Caesars. I don't know if it
I
was
seem to
sold
remember
out.
like him doing Pine Knob. I
Yeah,
thought, that was
I
kind of
don't.
a
I
little
don't
bit
know
of
if
a
it was
come down
sold
for
out
him.
or something like that. But I thought this was a few years back, and that. But but no, I think
I
that
stand
was
corrected.
Yeah, that was like I say that was that's a band now. The same thing. I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. And
Okay.
that so.
What about you guys? What do you think?
I got there's one band that I was never like a real big fan of, and then recently
The Franco family?
last couple years, probably because XM radio plays it a little more, is Tesla.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
How about always liked Tesla.
Yeah, I think
I was never,
really,
and then I
never-
saw him a couple, I don't know, I lose track of time. 10 years ago, at that Mount Clemens festival thing they used to have, and it was packed too, and they were good live. But so I looked a little deeper into them, and they got some. I mean, they're hard. They're a good hard rock band. I mean, and I like the change in tempos. I just think they're a pretty prolific band when it comes to the music they've written.
Yeah.
Different styles. There's a little blues in it. There's a little hardcore, heavy metal rock.
Yeah.
And then the singer.
Yeah, he's got a really good voice.
He's got a
Jeff
great
Keith's
voice.
got a really good
Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
So I've been more in tune with them
Yeah.
the last couple of years. That I think I don't know, for some reason whenever I'd hear them, I think because the regular radio played the same thing over and over again. Look a little deeper into their stuff, and
Right.
and their songs are different than the ones that are that got airplay.
Yeah, the guitar playing's tricky good.
Yeah.
You don't really think of it until you actually sit down and you listen to like some of the deeper cuts and, stuff. And
Other
like,
than what was the other guitar player's name?
oh,
Other than that, they're pretty.
Those Frank
Hanna,
and
Jeff Sciocchi
Yes, Jeff
or
Sciotto,
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he had a drinking or drug
yeah,
problem.
he drank
He's-
himself
he's-
out of the band.
he's out of the
Yeah,
band.
but
yeah.
other than that, and then recently the drummer left, the
Okay.
original drummer,
Troy Luccketta.
Yeah, but other than that,
I
they're
know
pretty.
this.
They're pretty same. They're the same group of guys, and
Okay.
they seem to get along, and
Yeah.
they're still playing. man.
Yeah, I've got a couple of CDs, actually 3 of their best CDs, right in the middle. They're all right in the middle of 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
I could lend them to you if you want.
You what?
I could lend them to you.
Oh, okay, we might have to do that.
There you go.
I still I still kick myself for not
Can I
going to
kick
see
you?
that. Yeah, you could probably.
Well, I'll kick you too. if you
Okay.
want.
I know you guys. Well, you guys probably wouldn't be able to kick me because your legs will be you throw your hip out.
Okay, yeah, you're so much younger than us.
Yeah,
All
you're in
right,
such better
okay.
shape too.
Finish your thought there, tough guy.
No, when they did that acoustic tour, they did that
Oh, they
unplugged
did
type
Signs,
thing.
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
that was they played the Ritz on that tour.
Oh, geez.
I wish we would have went and seen that, because when that came out, when they announced that tour, like acoustic thing, okay, that's kind of interesting, and then they released the album, and you're like, wow,
Yeah, they were kind of like
I
one
kind
of
of
the
missed
first
that. It was been nice.
unplugged type.
They were one of the first ones to
Successful.
actually,
Yeah.
do something, put an album out, and became a big hit,
Yeah.
But no, it's just because I remember the first time we seen them, they opened up for Def Leppard,
Right.
that one tour in the round, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
who are these guys?
I saw him open up later on for the Scorpions at Cobo.
Okay,
But yeah, no. They're always a solid band.
Yeah.
It's good songwriting and stuff. Modern day cowboy. Oh,
And they've consistently they've had a little gaps here and there, but they've consistently put out material. They're real pro musicians that are out to not only just tour and
doing the hits.
do the legacy catalog. They put new stuff out.
Okay.
So you got to give them credit.
Oh yeah,
they
no,
really got the props they probably should have. Well,
not really. No,
They
'cause
just always
I
kind
don't-
of fell
I don't
in that little
remember-
docking territory where they're really, really good for just a really small group of people which just never could punch through the ceiling there.
right, and do a big
No.
stadium tour or
Right.
like an arena tour.
I mean,
or
it's
something
not
like
for a
that.
lack of talent. I mean, hell, they got better songs than Poison ever did.
Yeah.
So,
On Skinny Bop.
on Skinny Bop, you got that right. Yeah. Your mama don't dance, and your dad doesn't rock and roll.
That's a real original.
Yeah, I know. They also did Rock and Roll Night Party every day too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
What I like about you, they did too.
did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Really?
The Romantics?
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
It's like a release on an album. or
Yeah.
something?
That's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah, because I know they
Might be on
also.
the same album as the Kiss song.
Well, the Rock and Roll Night was actually a soundtrack from
Might be Greatest Hits
gosh,
then or
a
something,
movie. I forget the name of the movie. 'Cause they actually had to buy the album because it wasn't. Thankfully, it wasn't on a Poison CD. It was on a soundtrack album. I'll be damned what the actual name of the movie was. Anyway, I can see it in my head. But anyway,
Because I know.
wasn't that big. Wasn't worth it. I ended up probably selling the album back to what was that place? So Car City Classics.
City Classics.
Coast City Classics. Yeah.
I'll give you 50 cents. No, I'll pay you to take it off my head.
I was really hoping he'd just take it.
Well,
I just hope it
wasn't looking to make any money.
Yeah. I don't want money. I just wanted it out of here.
Yeah.
I wanted it away from me.
It's taking up space in my.
So you won't be going to the Mardi Gras or the what's
What
what's
they
that
call
thing
it?
he's doing? Party Gras.
Party Gras?
No,
No, I'll give him. I'll give him props for the hustle. He's
a
still
hustler.
out there.
Brett's a hustler.
Yeah, he's milking whatever little talent he's got.
Then when he needs to really get some money, he goes back out.
Yeah.
Although I will.
I'm sure he's due for a reality show anytime soon
What
too.
was that tour? It was Poison, Def Leppard. Somebody else was in there.
Oh,
Was it? No, it was Motley Crue.
and Def Leppard and Poison.
But
I thought
Poison was the third act.
Yeah, that was the opening
And
act.
people were calling in on the radio and saying how good they were compared to Motley Crue, and they were stealing the show.
Really?
So I've seen Bret Michaels. Oh, I've seen Poison too, but
Right. Yeah.
I saw Bret Michaels at Stars and Stripes, and he is very energetic. Like you said, he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
I don't want to knock him. I mean, Poison
he
had
hustles.
their time, and
Yeah.
people they were MTV hits.
Yeah.
And he's good to the fans. He seems like he's really genuine.
Yeah.
He's not putting on an act. He's kind of, in that respect, he kind of reminds you of Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
Just one of those guys that, you can't help but not kind
He's
of
trying
like
to
the guy.
brand himself like Sammy and Jimmy Buffett. They're trying to get that, that type of
Yeah,
branding.
he seems just very, very genuine and kind of a little bit of a knucklehead, which, kind of endearing to people. So.
Not to get off the subject real quick, did you hear that new song by Sammy Hagar and Joe Bonamassa?
No.
No.
Oh, Joe Biden. Okay.
It's good, man. Yeah, they got together and did a song. It's called Fortune Teller Blues.
Okay.
It's really good. I guess Sammy Hagar wrote all the lyrics.
Okay.
I don't know how they hooked up, but I heard it they debuted it the other day on Bluesville, and it's a good tune. I think it's just a one-off single, but
Okay.
yeah, check it out.
There was
maybe not.
there was
No,
an
no.
artist that I missed, and I still missed him, and I just don't want to go back. Is Dan Fogelberg? I missed him totally, and I've never revisited. I just blew right by
Well,
me.
see,
and-
then you're missing a lot. You
Okay,
missed a
yeah,
lot.
I just
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You guys are just. You guys
All right, Kurt,
need
what's
to.
one of your,
you guys
yeah.
need
What's
to
one of your-
realize
what's one that
how
you missed?
good Dan Fogelberg was.
I can't wait to hear which ones you've missed.
Probably. It's probably Iron Maiden.
They were on my list.
they're on my list. Yeah.
I was
okay.
I've more of a late bloomer on the Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Now
We all-
I really like
no,
Iron
see,
Maiden.
I was.
I know you jumped in a
Yeah,
little bit.
you and I talked about this before.
Yeah.
We would go to what's that place on 9 Mile and in Ferndale, Sam's Jams.
Yeah, Sam Shin.
And we go get our European or British heavy metal magazines, Kerrang.
Yeah.
So they obviously Iron Maiden had Eddie and Paul
Yeah.
Di'Anno and stuff. So I bought the first album, Killers, on the strength of the article that I read and all the
There's
press
actually one
over
before,
there.
There's actually one before that.
No, you're right. Iron Maiden, Iron Maiden.
Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So anyway, I bought on the strength of the vibe and the rap that they had, and they're huge in Britain. They're the new biggest thing.
Yeah.
Disappointed. That had Murs and a Rude Morg on it. It just had the song Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I just kind of went, I bought the album and I just kind of put it away for a while.
Yeah.
And then later on, like you were saying, coming to it later, I'm going, oh, okay. 666, Number of the Beast, going, we saw the tour at Como and stuff. And like,
yeah.
okay. It didn't really hit me until like the next one. I think it was
Seventh Son of the Seventh
No,
Son?
I
No.
think it was Power Slave.
Oh, okay.
The one with the big
Minutes to
Egyptian
Midnight?
thing there, yeah.
Yeah, that's
2 Minutes and Midnight and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's when I started to go, okay, now I'm getting it.
Okay, yeah.
I got the
That was
Steve Harris bass playing and
Yeah.
the dual guitars and the singing got a little bit more deeper and more stronger and stuff. But yeah, but go ahead and your spin.
No,
on it.
it's just like I say, same thing. Where it's you first started out and you heard you hear the couple songs when they used to play them, like at midnight or something like that on Friday nights when they used to do on the radio back then. They used to play they used to have that little metal times type scenario, and that's the same thing. You're like, yeah, okay, I get it. I don't get it, whatever. But then all of a sudden, like you say, they started blending or like creating lyrics that are going somewhere.
Right. Front of the Hills,
Yes.
Flight of Icarus.
Yes.
How much
The
do you think
Trooper.
MTV played a role in that?
Probably.
little,
They weren't
but
getting a heck of a lot of radio
They
play.
don't get. They still to this day don't get
No.
radio.
No.
You might hear "Run to the Hills" even on XM. They don't.
I don't even
they
think I hear a lot of accent.
A little
Iron
bit
Maiden
here and there,
They
stuff.
were
but they're
playing.
not-
They were playing
that's
a little
one
bit like 2
band,
minutes to
though.
midnight and stuff like that.
But that's one band. They go out on tour, man, and they sell out everywhere.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
they
I
got
know.
a huge fan base.
Yep.
And it's kind of cool because, like, here we are talking about came kind of late to the game. They've been around a long time now, but
Yeah.
yet they can still tour and hit stadiums and still
I
sell
know,
them
yeah.
out.
They still. It's
And
it's
with no airplay, no real. The only thing about them is they never change their set list. If they go out on tour, they play the same songs for every show.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, so
go on,
even
go on set list. They
And they
don't
don't-
vary at all. If it's the tour that's named whatever they
Okay.
name it, they play that set for the whole entire tour.
Okay.
They don't
I see.
stray
Yeah,
at
but
all.
how much you think that's just to keep the
I think-
lighting and the
I think
pyrotechnics and
it's
stuff
it's
because you don't want
complex
to.
stuff that these guys got to actually rehearse this.
Yeah, you don't want to be. Yeah, you don't want to be.
That's my guess.
Sit there and go, hey, you know what? Let's just pull one out of Seventh Son from the Seventh Son there,
Yeah.
and the lighting guy's going, what are you doing? We
Yeah,
didn't do this.
wait a minute.
Or
Right.
the fire flame spot's supposed to go off here. I don't want you stepping in front of there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty bad. I think that
Right.
thing's pretty choreographed.
Yeah, I think
So, to avoid stuff like that.
Yeah, because I know they've been obviously remastering and re-releasing a lot of their older CDs from the '80s with probably a couple. They throw a couple new tunes and stuff like that in there, and
They had a lot of live albums too.
yeah,
You see the Flight 66 movie?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
cool is that?
Yeah.
I
That's pretty
see
neat.
that
Dude's in,
too.
he's a lead singer. He's actually out there
weird.
flying the plane.
plane.
It's so
He puts
weird,
on-
man.
He puts
Wears
on
the uniform
He puts his
and
shirt and
everything.
everything on and stuff. And it's like, holy cow! About 2 hours earlier, this guy was up there in leotards and stuff. And,
he's flying him to
yeah,
the next
now
stop.
he's flying him on his big ass jet. And I go, how cool is that?
Yeah,
Wild.
no,
And he's going through all the flight checks and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And it's like, holy cow, this guy can fly a plane.
yeah.
too.
I thought
Very
I
cool.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh,
But no, yeah, it's just that it's like you say, because they were more. I mean, they kind of were a little bit on the kind of like a progressive metal, and then they, a concept. No, not progressive, concept metal. Because each album was a total concept of an idea or
well,
something.
Eddie
like that,
changed the mascot changed his look every album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, they had each album was and which is and you look back at it now, it's like that was kind of interesting and neat. Now I look back, I wish I would have wrote. It would have been nice to probably be more attached to the ride of the band at the time.
See, I attached myself more to the songs. I thought the songwriting got
Oh
really,
yeah, the whole
really
song.
good.
That's what I'm saying is the songs. The concept of every album. There was
And
something like a
just the stupidest ones, like the Flight of Icarus is that the mythology song, about the guy who flies too close to the sun,
Yeah.
and the wings melt and he crashes the earth. But like Stranger in a Strange Land,
Yeah.
he said he wrote that. It was based on a guy that somewhere in the Arctic Circle had died.
Yeah.
And they found him years and
Yeah,
years
yep.
encased in block ice, and his viewpoint in the song was, what happened if they unfroze that guy? And because nothing would have rotted because he'd been frozen.
yeah.
So he would still have all his, he wouldn't have, rotted away and stuff. And
Right.
it was fascinating.
Yeah,
The lyrical content that Bruce Dickinson would come up with.
Yeah.
The songs were just incredible too.
Right.
So. And how Steve Harris can play bass with his fingers like that without his
I know,
forearm
the-
just
the-
locking up. Good
the speed
Lord.
the speed demon that he is.
Yeah.
He was,
Anyway, okay, enough about me.
And was it Nico just
McBain?
retired? Yeah,
Yeah.
He just
retired.
left. He's
Yeah, he just left. Or he retired or left the band. or
Well, he
something?
had a stroke, but yeah,
Okay,
he's
done now.
not a total stroke. It's just enough
yeah.
of a stroke that
He said he couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't
hold the
keep up
band
with the
back.
whole.
we're
thing,
done. Yeah.
But no, that was So
These guys are
That's
getting
my-
old, man.
oh yeah.
Was my turn?
If you
Yeah,
want.
it's an open forum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We got open lines.
I'm gonna go.
Open lines.
I'll
And
kinda
the
out
caller
on a
today
limb,
is we can hear from Zag.
and pick Candlebox.
90s band.
Not a big reaction.
No,
Yeah, so Candlebox.
on the tail end of the grunge, a Seattle band.
Yeah, more in the middle. Yeah.
Candlebox had Far Away and a couple of those big hits of the first album, and then they had a second album out. But then I went to the library and got some of their newer CDs that they've had. They've got a ton of stuff out.
I thought they still were releasing stuff.
And it's actually really good.
Okay.
They're I give them a lot of credit. They still play, although I think they were talking about retiring or whatever. But some of their newer stuff from that time is it's not grungy. It's more straight up rock. They kind of got out of the grunge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were kind of the tail end of that.
Pretty talented guy. I forgot his name. Martin
Box, Martin Candle.
Can't think of his name. No, it's not Martin Box. But no, I mean, I'm not saying I'm this huge Candlebox fan, but they definitely have stuff beyond their big hits.
They still tour?
Yeah. But they were doing a farewell. But I know they played last year with somebody. They were on some.
Yeah,
tour.
I remember seeing.
They were pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I think the guy had some kids, and he was talking about slowing it down. But no, have you ever had a chance to look into some of their, catalog after the fact? It wasn't bad. It's not bad.
I got it. No. Okay. Do they have a greatest hits album?
I'm sure they do.
Okay, but you're that's right. You're not a big greatest hits person.
No, I like to go for the full album, get the whole,
Really?
get the whole
experience.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, I'll get a greatest hits, but if I really start to like somebody, I'll try to go back and find the CD.
I like greatest hits for the crash course of a band without having to buy all that.
No,
shit.
it's good for that, but
I like to
still you're missing stuff that you're missing some songs that aren't going to be on the greatest hits. Some of the deeper, be like. If you really wanted someone to like Aerosmith, would you tell them to get the greatest hits?
No.
Yeah.
So
they
gotta have
get like
catalog.
Rocks or
It can't
Get
be a
Your
band
Wings.
that's got like 3 albums out.
But you got to approach it the other way. So I use greatest hits as an entry point into going back and getting the other albums. I'll get the greatest hits and stuff. Okay, so I like this. And usually the greatest hits say, well, this is from this album. This sounds okay. Well, I'll go back and try. Yeah. I'll go backwards as opposed to.
But some greatest hits will have like some real boner songs on it too.
Yeah, like what is this song?
Some of them aren't so much greatest hits. They're like they'll have a couple hits on it, and then they'll throw some stuff in there that's really not that good.
What was it? A couple years ago when Aerosmith did 2 greatest hits, one with a red cover and one with a blue. Why'd they have? Yeah. They were timed pretty close.
I think they were split. As far as coverage of,
they've had a lot of greatest hits.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd.
That was classics. That wasn't a greatest.
Okay, you're right, but still,
no, it was live. Wasn't it live classics? I got a live classics 1, a live classics 2.
One was red, one was blue.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you're right. Though it was a classic.
Then they had one called Big Ones. Then they had that double greatest. They've had a lot of greatest hits.
Yeah,
I think you're best off the box set from them. Pretty encompassing.
That's a good thing.
That's pretty much right there.
Yeah. Pandora's Box.
That's got everybody in it.
Yep. Got another one, Mike?
No. I was just.
That's it.
That's it for you. Just the one.
Well, you know what? Didn't want to hog the spotlight there, Kirk. You've got.
Go ahead.
All right. I was going to say.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Probably, but I didn't come back to him though. It was U2.
Oh, why?
I saw him.
You said you're coming back to him?
No, I never went back to him. Larry Jesson in high school took me to see him on the boy tour at Royal Oak.
Yeah.
So I saw him in really good spots. I saw him at the Grand Circus. I saw him with Us Festival, obviously.
Yeah, yep, those Us Festivals.
I just, after war, it's kind of like I don't want to say this is going to sound bad. It kind of got full of itself, kind of whiny, kind of pompous a little bit. It just...
Well, they're out saving the planet.
And then there you go. Kind of like that, yeah. And then
you don't like the Joshua Tree?
The Edge's guitar playing was just... It wasn't. It was just basically he was running everything through foot pedals and just... I didn't see... I lost it.
You didn't like Joshua Tree?
Without you... No, it just kind of droned on me.
Really? I thought that was a good album.
I'm the Thin Lizzy Irish guy, not the U2 Irish guy.
Well, I get what you're saying. I know it changed, but I still like the Joshua Tree. But I really liked War.
Yeah, War.
Yeah,
War was a good one.
I still kept my interest with Joshua Tree.
It just started getting convoluted and diluted. Just kind of went.
What was it? What was the other one? Was it Unforgettable Fire or something?
The Zoo. The Unforgettable Fire is great. There's a
That's that Red
the
album.
opening
That's it.
song right there is fantastic. But even that kind of just
After a while,
goes
it begins to,
nowhere.
yeah.
It's
I think I kind of got lost with the.
It just
I
kinda-
actually liked Rattle and Hum.
Okay.
all right. That was the live one.
Well, that was
but
and
that had the BB King. I
Right.
I liked
When,
that.
yeah.
Well, wasn't
But-
that also like
Love
a
Comes
like
to
a
Town.
yeah, like a documentary type scenario?
they
There was a
made
film
that
with
was,
that.
You're right.
Yeah.
There was a movie on that.
But I got a little lost after that with the.
they went Zootopia or Zoo TV and
Yeah.
all that stuff
Zootopia
there.
or whatever it
Zootopia.
was called, an Octung Baby,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
come, and then I
Well,
started
then,
like,
it seemed like they were just putting
and really
songs
the
on
last-
hits and
Kurt kind of scratched on that too. He says, "Yeah, then Bono was going to save the world," and it's like, okay,
yeah, it was,
we're not.
They all got their issues, but the music part of it,
Yeah.
really, the last
Yeah,
20 years, I don't think I can name a song that they
No.
did. They had that freebie they gave you on Apple.
yeah, I know. It was like
Can't
wait
get
a
off
minute.
your phone.
Yeah, I know. It was like
You know,
You can't get off your
I've
phone.
had it on my
it just,
phone.
It popped in. and
Everybody
it was-
got the album.
Everybody,
Wow.
yeah,
I got it
they're
right
like-
now. I could play the album right. It's on my phone. I can't get it off.
It's like it was
So it's like
there.
malware.
Yeah, you can't get it off your
It was
phone.
malware.
Just-
But
I was
I've never
like-
listened to it. A
I've
Horizon,
never
something
listened.
on the Horizon or something.
I
it's
never
called?
listened to the whole album.
Never even. Once in a while, it'll like switch into that if I have my phone hooked
Like,
up.
yeah.
and I immediately turn it off. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's like, wait a minute, I didn't. A lot of people were like, I didn't want this.
no, they forced it on you.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just that was. But yeah, no, the early stuff of U2, like say the War and the Boy album and stuff like that. They had that one. It was a mini live album they put out.
Oh, yeah, not live at Red Rocks, was it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another. That was good. That was a little,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
but, yeah,
the
but
live
like I say,
albums, yeah.
once they kind of became popular, got towards the later '80s, and
It just got. I'm trying to find the word. Just not irrelevant. It just kind of just faded away. It just
Right,
didn't have the same impact.
yeah.
It's like New Year's Day or So anyway, all right.
Well, that's about it. I
That's
think.
it.
We're gonna
That's
wrap it up today.
Wrap it up again.
Darn.
Wrap it
Well,
up.
we could always revisit these
Yes, we can.
topics.
All
It
right.
sounds like he had a hidden one in the back pocket.
Well, I gave him the opportunity. I passed him the puck and he threw it back to me. It was a give and go.
It was give and go. So
All right.
We're on a
okay.
time limit, Kurt.
But,
you got to
thanks-
manage your time better.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to
Manage your buzz better.
Yes.
Bad buzz management. Okay.
I'll have to hire a secretary to help me.
Tell
out or
these
something.
good people where they can write us or harass
Okay. Well,
us.
yeah. Well, thanks for listening. And if you would like to contact us, you can contact us at the musicexamination at gmail.com, or you can make a comment on our YouTube page. And if you'd like to give us, contact us by phone, I can give you Ness's home phone. He's still got a landline actually at home.
I
Don't you?
certainly do.
Does it have the dial with it?
No, it's push button.
It's push button. Okay, all right. But thanks for listening. And this podcast was recorded and engineered at Fredith Synth Studio.
Perfect.
Yes.
Good job, Kurt.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
See you next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You can't leave now. Who's gonna water the plants?